You wanted to talk about Three Body, right?
I wanted to segue to Three Body Problem because you said you watched it now. Like I said, I slow down. I try to slow down on my recommendations, man. I try not to, because you get to a point where I realize, bro, because I do this with my barber a lot. We recommend shows. Some of them worked out, some of them don't. You know what I mean? Like I'm chopping it up with him. I'm like, hey man, check this out. I told him about Three Body Problem, but what I realized was you can't recommend everything you watch to somebody.
Yeah.
Hey man, at some point y'all got to be able to talk about like something. You know what I mean? Like you can't just be watching everything I'm watching. You know what I mean? I try to give you the ones where I know, like, man, check this out. I think you might like it. You know what I mean? I just or some stuff you be like, hey man, I seen this. You got to see this, bro. We got to talk about it. Like I got to get your opinion on this. I read the books. You know what I mean? I audio booked all three of all three of these books, and I was like, because I'm looking at it from that perspective. So I always try to get somebody's perspective who not familiar with the source material. You know what I mean? So that's why. Recommending shows, man, it's important, bro. Hey, chill out. Don't recommend everything to everybody. Just some stuff. Some stuff is cool for that person or somebody else to discover it on their own. Yeah. Hey man, you ever heard of Three Body Problem? Yeah, that's one shit. Yeah. Let stuff be organic. But with Three Body Problem, bro, what you think of that, man? Did you get through the season?
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, I can go on a whole nother soapbox. You know how much I love binging. Yeah. Like it's just man. And then it's harder thing for me is when I start watching something, I'm like, damn, I gotta stop for a minute. Because I want to be done I want to be done that day, but at least 2 days. Because now I'm locked in. Yep. Right. Like, oh, I gotta, I'll finish this up. I'll finish this up tomorrow too. Like that show made me put like this. That show made me up my Netflix to the 4K joint. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't have a 4K joint. Right. And then I go back to the 4K. And that was an issue. I sent you a text about last week.
Yeah, you're right.
That was an initial show to let me know my TV was dope.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. I was like, oh, my TV lit. My little seat.
Yeah, that's the show that made me realize I gotta get a new TV. That's plus your call, your text with that.
That let me know.
I realized, like, you know what? I gotta get a new TV.
That started that again. I was sitting there and I was like, I'm watching it. And I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it from a standpoint of like I like it's weird. It's funny, man. It's funny, like with these when you start watching proper TV, that it should be multiple storylines happening in the season. There's a through line, but there should be other stories happening, and they probably meet to a head at the end. Pause, but it's like there's other stories. Like, so my man got the cancer. And then it wasn't just about the whole
this alien invasion.
Yeah, the mother had the story.
Yeah,
like it just was man. It was and I actually wanted to hear from you about it. Like, I'm surprised we hadn't talked about this, about maybe some of the goings-ons, like how legit was it? Is it close? Is it, or did it, beyond if it's close, did it do it justice? I think I remember you saying something to that effect. But I just remember I got through a quick. I thoroughly enjoyed, because I watched something else around the same time. Because I was watching I watched Fallout right after that. So I went right into Fallout.
Was dope.
So I had a good little run.
Man, Fallout had me looking at Amazon like,
I had a good
y'all trying to do something here, boy.
I think I went from, and I know they've gone to the 4th season. I did 3, but I did not, because I had already liked the Jack Ryan show, because that's like my kind of stuff, that little spy stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of like government intrigue kind of different situation. I like that.
Right.
But I just went in and finished season 3. I know they got a final season. I finished season 3 of that. I was like, that was a nice little run I was having.
Yeah.
But little TV shows. But Three Body was done well. I like when they were, because I'm like, okay, this is about to be goofy for me, man. Like, okay, we're about to be about the aliens and stuff, man, and alien invasion. It's like sometimes sometimes that get real corny.
Yeah,
like, that ain't always. Talking about something done well,
right?
It's not always done, but it really wasn't about that,
right?
It really wasn't that. It came to a head at the end, but that wasn't the like. It didn't. They didn't. I wasn't about to see just bad CGI at the end of the day with this, it was like, nah, this is a whole story that was going along with that, man. And I enjoyed I don't even know where to start, man, but like, I just enjoyed that through line and the things that were happening, like I said, do with the cancer. He was going through the fact that you knew, like, it was bugging me out because I was like, what would I do in a situation? They could not get off that game. Like everything as an audience member saying, yo, don't somebody send you a virtual reality heads. They send you the Apple glasses or whatever. Right. Yo, no. Don't mess with it. It can only there they go. But they was immersed. What you think of the I know you recommended it, but would what would make you recommend that show the way you did?
Because I couldn't recommend, like, you can't recommend the book, which is why I never brought up like, hey man, read this, because it's just like, and that's the thing that the TV show does better. The TV show put those characters in there because the book is more like you're an observer. You're just observing this shit happen. It's like it's like reading a report, like a history lesson, like you just, hey, this happened, and they don't really they got characters, but they don't have these characters in the book. They put these characters in there to make it so that the audience members can follow what's going on in the story better. So that works. Like you said, the dude had the cancer and all that. That happens, but the way it happens in the book, it's more like you just observing it. You're not really getting an idea of how that character's feeling and what they thinking, and you just more like, oh yeah, you got cancer. And,
yeah.
So the show is just way more recommendable because it's like they got characters that you can follow. The book is like, man, it's a lot of stuff in the book. It's a lot of concepts in the book.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like, it's heavy, you know what I mean? It's some deep stuff in there, and it's cool. It's a science fiction. It's a nice little science fiction trilogy. But this show is way more like, they make it way more easy to follow because of these characters. Even though all, characters ain't perfect, but
yeah.
It's easier. It's easier to follow. You know what I mean? That make the show better, in my opinion. They make the show better than the book in a lot of ways, in my opinion. But yeah, I was surprised, man, because I like that because I knew when I was watching the show, I wasn't just like, oh, okay, well, I know what's about to happen. It was like, nah, I really didn't, because they put these characters in there, so you don't know who was who. Like the chick, for example, Augie.
Which one was that?
She the one with the she made the microfiber things that can cut. Yeah, she had the company. Yeah. The one that was seeing the numbers in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's a character in the book, but it's a totally different character.
Okay.
So they incorporated all that stuff into her character, but they didn't overload her to the point where it was like, oh, you gotta follow Augie. It was like, nah. There's also the other chick, you know what I mean? That was in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was in the game. Like, whereas again, the book would have made you like, oh shit, all right, all this is one character is doing all this. It's like, nah, in the show, all this stuff can get split up equally, all the way to the end where, oh boy, he a wall facer. That's a character from the second book. So it's like they did a good job of divvying out the responsibilities of the you know what I mean, the books, the characters. But yeah, man, I thought it was, man, like you said, man, it was a story going on, bro. It wasn't just, hey, aliens are invading. This is what we need to do. We gotta fight, come together, and all this stuff. It's like, nah, it's you get into the strategy and the intentions of the aliens. Like you get into like how they look at humans, you know, and they like, oh, y'all lie. You know,
oh man,
we was telling you everything that we knew, you know, we was being honest with y'all. Like we just found out
dude messed up everything when he did that one. Like and it was like the toothpaste was out. He couldn't put the toothpaste back in the tube after he said, sometimes you tell a little lie or whatever. He was like,
but what you think of old girl, man? Just from the beginning, bro. Her condemning the entire human race because of her experience in China, in her country. Bro, she put the whole planet, bro, like just off of yours. You had a bad experience, which is real.
Yeah.
But you say, hey, because old boy from the other planet tried to tell her, like, hey, don't answer. Hey, don't send nothing back. I got it. I'm glad I caught the email. Do not reply. You know, you get those messages in real life. Hey, do not reply.
Do not reply.
No, they send you something. Hey, just want to let you know the balance is this.
Yeah, do not reply.
Do not reply. So I was like, oh,
in
yeah,
all
okay.
caps too. Do not reply.
You're right about them. Go ahead and delete that. All right. You know, so she had every chance. They made sure that's in there so that you know that this is a human choice. It wasn't an accident.
No.
She makes the choice, even after the dude warns her, like, of the consequences. Hey, if you reply, you will be invaded. Do not answer. She go in there, oh, shit. This planet need to be invaded. So for her, like that whole human experience, man, of her going through what she went through in her country, and for her to look at humanity and make the choice that humanity was not worth saving, and for her to make the decision to reply to the aliens, man, to me, that's what stuck out to me. Like damn, you ain't even been around the world. Like you don't even know.
You ain't
never lived in another country. Like you just I don't like my country, so the world gotta be invaded. Not just your country, the world had to be invaded.
The whole world needs fixing.
The whole world
to the point where it impacted her daughter, and she still was standing on that.
Stood on it.
Like a daughter committed suicide. That was her first daughter, right? Like,
yeah,
went to the funeral and everything.
Yeah,
it didn't knock her off her square. She stayed on her square about that. Now, mind you, she had been 40 years into it, but still, like, they become a mother and all, and no, she was still about that cause, right? But it was seeing in the beginning, my silly self. Damn, man. The homeboy got those. They gave her the book. He did. He got those and still sold her out.
He did. Yeah, he was in there, bro. He was in there.
Like, man,
that was a cold move.
You gave me the book, got those. Now they coming to get me.
That was a cold move, man.
Oh yeah. He worked on that. You think that, me, I'm being silly, like, you about to get that. But yeah, man, that one decision, but she was locked into that, right? Like, she's sitting in there, even when she was in the lab and in the satellite per situation, like she was so locked into that there was no way that it could be any other way for her, right? Because it was one like you're not old enough to know how bad the world is,
right? She wasn't even technically out of college yet. She just, you know what I mean? She got she saw her dad get, he got deleted. Then it was like, you went to go work for this company. Like she was jaded as hell. Like she was disillusioned with with everything, with the country. But it was just like, damn, and like you said, but it wasn't like she wasn't committed. It wasn't like at any point in her young life, even into her older life, it wasn't like she relented at any point. It was like, oh my God, what have I done? Never. Like it never happened.
Never.
Even when they made the decision about her, like, we don't really need you no more.
Yeah.
She was just like, oh, okay, well, daughter, like you said, daughter done committed, did that, and it's like, still, she's just like, nah. She had the meeting, so it was that was
because did she go off the cliff at the end?
Old girl got her out of there. Yeah, she threw her off.
She wasn't.
Nah, she wasn't like
this is what it's
regretful. Yeah, she just was like,
this is what it's all about.
Yeah, this was about. They made their decision. They don't need me no more, and I'm good. I served my purpose. Like,
that's exactly what it was.
Like, damn. So yeah, that part always.
You put the entire world
off of and you again. It'd be one thing if you were trying to reach out and they caught you. They caught the signal and was like, yeah, we coming. She was like, dude told her like, hey, don't reply. You should be all right. Just don't send no more messages here. All right, I caught this one, but if you send another one, they gonna send the ships your way. Like they will invade your planet. They'll take over your entire planet. Do not send no more messages. She's like, oh, that's my opportunity. Like, couldn't wait to send the signal. You know what I mean? Send the signal. That's the they call them in the book they call them Trisolarians. In this they call them what do they call it? It's like Shy-T or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Shy-T. Shy-T. Nah.
Shy-T. I just have for Shy-T too.
Yeah, right. The Santee. Santee.
The Santee.
Yeah. So they call them the Santees. In the book they call them the Trisolarians, right? But in this, yeah, Santee. So it's like, damn, you had an opportunity to get out of this. But yeah, but what did you because you know this Benioff and BD Wise, they made Game of Thrones. They did the first Game of Thrones. What did you think about the characters though? What like the some of the other characters, like especially some of the people that came from Game of Thrones? You had old boy in there. He got murked out. Old girl. What do you think about old girl that worked for the Santee? They couldn't catch her on camera. It wasn't no trace of her.
Yeah.
She couldn't be recorded. You know what I mean? And
we didn't even get the whole backstory on like why that was because she still seemed like a regular degular.
No. It was the Santee because the Santee can control that type of stuff.
But they did that for her. But she wasn't a Santee. They was doing that for her.
She was human. She was
okay.
They can manipulate that stuff. Yeah, they can manipulate all types of technology and stuff. So they can because they're just like two electrons sent from that exist on that. Yeah. Everything they do is simultaneous with their planet. So they controlling everything from their home base. So it's like, you know, that's why they can do everything except for read your thoughts. So they was just going back and just any digital trace that was left behind, they can just erase that. And that's why they couldn't find this girl. And she was cold with it, man. She was nice. Man, she took one to the leg and got up, like, you know.
So when you said he couldn't read your thought, is that why you put on that device? Like, did that allow them to be able to like tap it? Because I guess the point of the device was they still needed help, right? They still needed help on how to figure out how they could make like why their planet was destroying, and then
that was like a litmus. That was like a test, like to weed out who was who could the smartest people in the world, like who could actually solve this problem. Yeah, like why are we, you know, how can we survive this you know what I mean, having all these suns and all this stuff and our planet constantly being torn apart and rebuilding. How can we survive this? How can we get around this? You know what I mean? When should we rehydrate and all that stuff? You know, like that was just a way to weed out who was smart and who wasn't, basically. Like who was the top scientists or I guess they'd be physicists or whatever. Like, who was the top minds in the world? Like it was sending those out to all the top minds in the world, like to try to solve this problem. But it was like recruitment for them. It was just recruiting those people. Like, all right, oh damn, you came close. All right, here, you come to the party, you know, we want to meet you, you know. And but yeah, I like the idea of that they were trying to suppress our technological advancement. So that's more towards, that's like the last episode, but I liked it, man. Like seeing it in live action, because it kind of come off as harmless at first, like, oh, y'all playing a game, you know? You ain't really dying in here, you just playing a game, you know. But it kind of it becomes more like the sinisterness of it comes out later, where like, oh, okay, now y'all these are real aliens.
Yeah.
Like this is a real planet, and they really trying to figure this out. And now they already got invaders on the way, and they trying to slow down our advancement so that we ain't so much advanced than they are by the time they get here.
Yeah, but we can stop what we can. Because our technology,
we actually gonna surpass them because they're taking so long to get here.
They're not evolving anymore.
No,
we'll be ready for them by that time if we had the technological, we had our technological terror right in place. Yeah, but I lost my point. That was my question I was going to ask. So your point, they didn't seem to for me they didn't seem like a for real threat. Until that last part. It was like, Did they show up like right after that? Like we can now see them in the sky, like, oh no, we on our way. After the it was like a little bit after that. It was something that happened, but then they all could see it in the sky. Like, oh no, they coming. You remember at first they wasn't believing.
That was the you are bugs part, right? So
remember that was early when they did that. I think that was like
that's a good point though. No, that's a good point because that's when they kind of like
they took over the stuff.
Yeah, they like abandoned them too. They was like, all right, y'all can lie. And then it was they stopped talking to old boy.
Yeah,
and they didn't warn him about the attack.
Yeah,
because they knew about it because it was public. It was like, even they wasn't public, but it was out in the open more. Yeah, wasn't like they did that in secret.
They could tap into that information.
Yeah, they could have stopped that if they wanted it, and they let it go on. And that, that was like one of the biggest parts of the show was like in the book where they sliced through that ship, and that ship just kind of just like a deck of cards just slid apart. That was crazy.
It was messed up, wasn't it, man?
Yeah, man.
It was younglings on that ship.
Yeah, man. All of them gone.
All of them gone, man.
Ain't nobody make it, bro.
Now, you know how messed up that would be, like something like that for real for us. Like, you don't know if you about to walk into the Walmart. It just got flyers there.
You at the entrance and your torso is back there still at the car. Like, hold on, doing this. You on the ground.
I'm doing that crawl.
You trying to get back to your legs. Like. Man, I don't. You Darth Maul up here, like. Damn, the kids got the Darth Maul.
You better hope you mad as hell at the end so your rage can keep you alive, man. You just rage. You need Kenobi out here.
It was my hate that kept me. That sustained me.
Woo.
Yeah, that was cold, man. That was a cold part, man. Man, you know what I mean. So. They could have warned them about that, but yeah, they was like, nah, we done with y'all. We know y'all can lie now, so we got to go ahead and sort of switch gears here. And man, y'all bugs to us, man. Let me show y'all something. Switch, eye in the sky, the eyeball was in the sky. When they made old girl, when they told her, hey, step outside at 12:01, you're gonna see this you're gonna see the universe blink at you or whatever. And she went out there and that shit blinked. That was dope. I really like how they did the Santee, man. That was, like you said, they really wasn't like a legit threat until like that. You are bugs.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, damn, like they really on their way. And they got this technology where they can affect what we doing here. They can affect what we doing. It was like they was already there in a sense. Even though they wasn't there physically, they was already there in a sense.
What you would have done, because brother did not want that role, right? He didn't want what they call it the wall was a
wall facers.
He didn't want to be a wall facer. He thought he was going to just walk outside.
Yeah,
he just spent the whole day people trying to get him, right? They trying to take him out, right? Like at some point in time, you got to just embrace, like, hey, look, if I step outside, I'm done.
It's over.
So my choice is already made for me. He's adamant not to do it. It's like, bro, you about to lose your wig.
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah,
and everything, man.
Nah, it was one of those deals where it's like, hey, bro, once they chose you, that was kind of it. It ain't really you ain't really got no choice in the matter, bro.
Yeah,
you could say that you ain't a wall. It's about what you think. You know what I mean? Because they can't read your thoughts. So it's like he was walking around. I am not. Listen, I don't want it, man. I am not a wall facer. And it's like, all right, yeah, go ahead. You walk outside. You on the ground like, oh. What the old boy Wong was in there like, are you all right?
Yeah, that's like that's Wong cold, man.
Wong the coldest, bro. Are you all right? He said, yeah. Hey,
he definitely went from Kamar-Taj in that, man.
Man.
He definitely went from Kamar-Taj in that.
Nah, man. Man, you're right, man. Old boy kept trying to deny that, man. Like,
he didn't want to do it.
Bro, it's too late, bro. Like, once they decide that was your role, bro, that's it. Like, you just, but that's in the same way in the book. You know what I mean? That's how the character is based off a character. The character's name is Luoji. Luoji. And it goes all character Chinese.
Oh, okay.
And Luoji is the same way. Like, but it's a funny part. I'm not spoiling that when I say this, but it's a funny ass part in the book. And I'm hoping they put in the show where, bro, like so once he finally be like, all right, fuck it, I'm a wall facer. All right. So, but y'all got to do whatever I say, right? And they're like, yeah, man, whatever whatever. It's like, so anything I need for my plan as a wall facer, y'all got to get it for me. They're like, yeah. So he going this like spree where he just ordering everything. Hey man, I need a Porsche outside right now, bro.
Yeah,
They like, man, Porsche. What? It's a part of the plan. Like, all right, get the Porsche. Yeah. He look on TV. He see a new he see like a new product come out. He like, they like, oh yeah, we discovered this 400-year wine in the sea or whatever. We just poured it out. It's an artifact. He like, I need that wine. They like, that wine is going to the museum. It's a part of the plan. So it's like everything is a part of the plan. Like no matter what he say, he be like, private jet.
Yeah.
Like, I need 2 private jets and I need them to fly exactly at the same time. But you one person, it's a part of the plan. It's all you just keep doing it. So
this character seemed like he would do something like that.
He gonna do some shit. Yeah, they gonna have a
he seemed like he would do something like that.
Yeah, because he pulled that card on him, like everything he asked for. He be like, but why? It's a part of the plan. All right.
You think so? They took my man who had the cancer. They took his brain, right?
Yeah.
And they shot it, but then they went off course. You think that plays a part?
I ain't gonna spoil it for you.
Okay.
I mean, you just gotta watch it. But yeah, it's that was dope though. Because again, that's what I like about it, man. They not making you wait with certain stuff because that was like in the 3rd book. That whole arc was in the 3rd book. So they clearly taking elements from all 3 books and scattering them in the 1st season. So 2nd season probably be like that too. Old girl, the other chick, Jen,
the
one that was in the game, is from the 3rd book.
Oh, okay.
Luoji, who is Sal Duran in this, is from the 2nd book. Augie Salazar, who had another name, that was actually a dude, is from the 1st book. But it really wasn't like a strong enough character. That's why they did this, because you can follow Augie Salazar better. But yeah, what did you think of what are your thoughts going into like going into that last episode, seeing the Wallfacer project? What was your thoughts on that? Like, did you understand the concept behind that? What they trying to, because they realize like shit, what I mean? We can't say stuff out loud because they know our plans. So we can't plan out loud. But how effective do you think that would be in a battle like this? Like to have people who basically paid, or they're not paid, but they chosen to think and not speak. Like
so that's his. Because my mom, the way I saw it was like that one that he was going to be in he was going to be secluded from everyone else, right? He was going to be really like isolated, right? Heavily protected. But we're saying that his those 3 people, and namely the one that we're following, is there for, I don't know how the better way to say this, to make sure his thoughts are not.
Yeah, so they chose
not out loud, basically.
Yeah. So they chose the Wallfacers because you want them to come up with a plan, something that can stop the Santi without actually revealing what that plan is out loud. Meaning you gotta just execute it. You can't go into this planning phase like, all right, that's what we're gonna do, and this is the technology I need and all. It's just no. It's just I'm gonna tell you what I need, and when it's ready to go, I'll let you know exactly what it is. Instead of this is why.
Yeah, he's not going to have no blueprints, no brainstorming, no think tanks.
Because the way they operate, they can be right there, just looking at everything he's doing.
Yeah.
They without him even knowing it. So he gotta think it. He gotta conceptualize it all and not say it. So yeah, you can see how that's gonna set up the 2nd season. It's gonna be about the Wallfacer. You know what I mean? And I won't spoil it, but it's an interesting new antagonist that's gonna play a part.
Because this is my thought with him.
Yeah,
because what you got to send his way. You got to send some buns, right?
Man, I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm already knowing. Like they said, they got to.
You're on the right track. You're on the right track.
They got to send some buns his way to get him to talk about it.
Yep, there you is. So. Yeah, that's.
I would imagine that be the thing.
Yeah, that's gonna play a part.
And I could see them setting that up where they probably easily break the other two, or maybe get to them. Like, we don't know nothing about them. I mean, obviously, they're not. You know, they're not. They may make them main characters. Another one.
That was interesting because
we're still nondescript.
Yeah, and it's exactly. It's funny you bring that up because this is exactly what I was saying. Nondescript.
You got me ready for season 2 for real now.
Because I was like, because again, not spoiling nothing. All I'm saying is for them to be kind of nondescript in the book, those is like full fleshed out characters.
Okay, and maybe that might happen in season 2.
So maybe, but it just didn't seem like those are two actors that's really.
They didn't seem like they was gonna be for real.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, I'm wondering about that, but I don't know. Again, they have made some changes here, but for the better. So maybe they got it figured out how they're gonna write it to where it's gonna make it makes sense, and they will be those characters will play a bigger part. But yeah, it was interesting for me, man, going into that last episode because again, and this was what's dope about how they did this is it doesn't allow the readers to be like, oh man, I already know what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah.
I already, bro, y'all can't tell me shit, man. I already know what's coming up next. It really don't do that because unless you like you think you know stuff, but I'm just gonna be honest, I didn't know that Sal Duran was gonna be the wall facer until a key moment in like the 7th episode.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because because in the book there's a part where he talked to old girl that committed,
Yeah, because that happened this episode on
Wednesday. Yay. Where he talked to Ye, and he talking to her at the grave site, and she see the wasp or whatever climbing on the grave site. That part right there was in the book. It's an ant in the book, but that was the part to signal to the like, all right, that's who this dude gonna be.
Yeah, okay.
Because it was like because he was just kind of around. And you like he don't really do nothing until the last episode.
Yeah, he seemed like he's smart, but like he don't really want to.
He don't apply himself. He don't care. Like he don't
just trying to get high.
Yeah, they ain't really no sense of urgency with him. He just kind of like, damn, my friend's dying, but what am I gonna do about it? You know what I mean? Him and the old girl got a history together, but he don't really care about that. Like, he don't care about the women that's he getting cheeks, but he don't really care. Like, old girl got hit by the smart car, he ain't care about that. No. It's just so you don't know what he gonna do until that moment where you're like, oh, he gonna be the wall facer because they don't call him the same name as in the book, so you don't know. You're just like, all right. So I thought that was dope where it kind of kept you like waiting to see because they could have came out with a entirely new character. They could have pushed that into the second season, and then but nah, they was like, nah, this who he gonna be. He gonna be the wall facer. And you don't know that until that moment where he's talking to her moms and like she tell him like a joke or whatever, and he just like, damn, that's when like.
I do remember that.
What's that?
She hit him with the joke.
Yeah, she hit with a joke. He just looked at her like.
Remember that was a joke moment.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. It was something about like Albert Einstein and God or whatever. God, don't play with God. Yeah. It was kind of a dope line. Like it was a bar. But it was kind of like an awkward moment, and she basically the joke was like saying like, yeah, don't try to play with God. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Albert Einstein get up there and trying to play the drums or whatever with God. God like, strike him down real quick, like, man, sit down, man. Like, and he was like, yeah, I told you don't play with God. But anyway, that was kind of like the metaphor of the show, but that's what I liked about this show, man. That on top of other things, that was like they don't just let you just watch along with it as a reader and be like, yeah, I know every move. It's like, nah, you kind of had to let this develop, and you kind of had to pay attention. You had to pay attention because you didn't know how it was gonna turn out. So that was dope. Like, for him to emerge in that role as the wall facer at the end and finally find his purpose in the show.
Yeah, because that's what his kind of arc was. Because it seemed like he would have been a nice candidate for somebody to get taken out early.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was like, he about to die.
He's not making it.
Yeah, I was like, he might not make it.
You know, we started noticing the friends started getting when they started getting, I'm like, oh, he's not gonna be one of the ones to make it because what he's a part of in this show. But
yeah, and they got old boy out of here, the dude that had the snack company or whatever, you know. Snacks. He had the snacks company.
And he was paid.
He was paid.
Yo, I couldn't live. I don't think I can live in one of those. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you.
Oh, with all the windows and stuff?
I couldn't do that, man.
Nah, man.
Because remember Secret Invasion, they had the London flat like that.
No.
She had the window house, man. Like,
no.
Y'all out of y'all mind if y'all think I can have the window situation. No, bro, I need walls, B. And there might be a pause in there somewhere, but I need walls, man. I can't do that.
I ain't never understood that, man. Curtains, at least. Shit, like
even Bruce Wayne had that situation, but it was on the ground level, like in BVS when he had the thing over,
right?
And it was like
I never understood that. Yeah,
I don't care how much land I got.
You mean to tell me I'm looking out in the woods?
No,
I don't know what's looking at me, but I know everything can see me.
No, we're not doing that.
That don't make any sense. I can't see what's out there, but y'all can see me. Nah.
Like even if they got that, you can get it with reflective and all that, where like they can only see, like, nah, man, like, nah, I need wall. If somebody get in there, they gotta break in here, not throw a rock.
Yeah, or fire a gun. Like, yeah, that was wild, man. Like And
I always say, whenever I see that, man, I be bugging out.
Man, first of all, whenever you see that in a game or a movie, something about to go down, bro. Somebody about to get attacked. Somebody about to get invaded, bro.
This is facts.
Somebody about to infiltrate. You see that?
That's funny.
The credits the credits come up, man, and fade in, and you see the window or the window apartment or whatever you call it, the see-through walls. That's somebody about to die, man.
It's usually like the first victim.
Yeah, he's sitting there, he come out, he looking outside, waking up. He look closer, he see ninjas coming out of the woods. Oh shit. Now you're gonna try to put it. Now you're gonna try to put the security system on, like goofball, like it's too late, bro. They know you in there, like. Yeah, I never understood that, bro. I couldn't. Nah, hell no.
No, that's zero.
I don't even like, man. My family would tell you, bro. I don't even like the windows to be open like that, bro. I don't even like the blinds to be open like that, bro. I ain't that guy.
Yeah,
I sit in darkness. You know what I mean?
With you. Yeah, no, bro.
I'm secluded, bro. I don't want to be out in the open like that. Nah,
man. Only zero chance.
But yeah. But it was dope, man. I liked it, man. I'm glad I got your perspective on it, man. I'm glad you checked it out. Like I said, it's science fiction. Like I said, it's a little bit. It's still like high conceptions in there. Like, you know what I mean? It's not everybody ain't gonna be able to just watch it right away, but it's. I
think what they do good in that in the same way. And I like to take I got to leave in a minute because I like to talk about Fallout. But I think the one thing that's the best about these kind of shows, and I always litmus test is that I don't work in an office, right? I can go to the office, don't get me wrong, but I work from home, like a lot of people would happen to them over the pandemic. But when you could text and talk about a show, right? You could text and talk about a show like, hey, well, whatever, if it's week to week or if it's binge and like, oh, I just saw episode 5 or whatever. But like there's a relatability that's embedded in the show where it's not where there's a higher concept. It's science fiction, it's fantasy, but at its core, it's a story. There's a story there, and there's a couple stories there, right? Yeah. Netflix do that well. Right, yeah. Fallout was cold with that.
Yeah,
I didn't think, and I like to talk about that. To me, like once again, we don't want to really, but once the show took off for me, where I was like, oh, I'm locked in. When they got to the brother doing that sneaky shit, trying to figure out, now it's this. There's this whole thing. He trying to, he's looking, but he knows something ain't right. Now he didn't went to the other.
Yeah,
the show, not you. It's better stuff happening everywhere else, but I'm talking about for the way I like to watch TV. Okay, now we watch it. Let's go ahead and
that's a great point.
And I locked in from that. There's a story happened beyond. Yeah, it's a game. Yes, this, and you stay to the core, but like, and that's probably I've never played the game.
I did, yeah.
But I like that kind of story. And even with the main character, with her, like the stuff that she, like the stories that they was having, the shit, they wasn't just the adventure. The adventure is great, but there's a story that go along with that you can talk about, right? And that's always where some of these other, where it's just like they're doing a show. And I don't know if I'm saying that it sounds simple, but there's no story to the show. It's just a show.
Yeah.
Right? There's a first act, second act, third act.
Yeah.
It's like these shows like Three Body had a story that was going on, right? Like, who am I following? They, like you say, Ogie was like the first couple episodes was like the main character. Then she wasn't, right?
She took a step back, yeah.
Then she was, but like, you know, like, because there was other people who had things to do.
Yeah,
there's other people that was a part of it. You know, it was just it was well done. But beyond saying that, like, it was just like I felt like I was following everybody, right? And it wasn't just about that. That's always my fear, man, because I'm not a big, like, you know, they do some of these things. It's like, well, I can't watch a whole alien show, right? Because then it's just like I'm watching aliens. Like, that don't intrigue me. Like, what's the is there a story in between this?
Right. Yeah.
I'm watching an alien movie, but I can't, I can't watch, 10 episodes of that, but nah, it was like, like that whole back and forth. It reminded me of something. I was like, damn, I wish they would have did this on another show I had watched. How her past, the older lady, the main, what was her name? Ye?
Yeah.
How her past impacted what was happening now. But it needed to be told beyond just being a flashback, right? The things that she was going through. I think maybe I thought about it. I might not have had this correlation, because I know I thought about that. Something that would have been dope with the Boba Fett show, that obviously was present day, but we didn't need to just see how all those flashbacks about how he got out the pit. We should have seen Boba Fett.
Yeah.
ESB. Exactly. We need to see episode 5 between episode 5 and 6.
That's a good
The reason why he probably feel the way to be the Daimon was a Daimon, and he was going to be, why did he feel to be altruistic getting out?
Even with Jabba, you're right. Even if we'd had some flashbacks in Jabba Palace, though,
that was like how do we get to this dude that had the knee rockets when he showed up in Mando? Like not just they try to tell us through with the Sand People and with the Tusken Raiders. It might have been better if we went back.
That's a great point. And to your point, you know what show did that maybe on a smaller scale, maybe not on the quality wise is high, but still is Green Arrow.
Green Arrow did it perfectly.
Where they tell you two stories that meet in the middle eventually. You know
that was the best part. I always thought the show should have stopped after he didn't have to, what he did then didn't impact what he was doing.
Exactly.
That was the end of the show.
That was so dope. Yeah, that was so dope how they told you that flashback. And like you said, going to Fallout, to give you that second story, which is the flashback.
Man, that shit was so cold.
That shit was cold. Boy. Yeah, when it culminates all the way to when they in that meeting room and they got all the big powers.
Yeah,
they got Mr. House up in there. You know what I mean? And he like, we just, they just all thinking about how they gonna just like, we can do this, and old girl drop, she literally, because you thinking it's gonna be old boy, the one dude, the guppy dude, like look guys, this is, these are gonna be my what was the name of his group, my buddies or whatever.
He called them something,
my vault buddies or something like that, or whatever he called it. But it's really old dude wife.
Yeah.
So it hit home because he thinking that she gonna be the one, she gonna be the voice of reason in the room. She gonna be the human in the room. Nah, bro, your wife was the one who made the suggestion that changed everything. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, we'll just drop the bomb. It's like, damn. And he like, that's his whole world.
Then the man who walked out was the old boy father. When he walked out, like, somebody wants to meet you. They've been saying it the entire series. He wants to meet you.
He's a super
geek. What they call it? Because his name like William, Bill or something. It was just like
his name was Hank.
Like Hank, what they call him?
Henry or something.
Henry or something. Yeah. Whatever the play on the name was.
Yeah.
They've been wanting to meet you, and he walk out. That was such a because it was like it played a part. That's perfect. That's actually better. how that played a part of what was happening, but the flashback was supportive of that.
Yeah,
they did that well in Three Body. Well, like how they kept, and it wasn't just like, no, we keep going. Oh, that's when she met Homeboy, and then when they got to the 80s and the things that was happening, it was like, no, that's how you do it. Now it was just so yeah. I came away like, honestly, the messed up part about this is I walked away same way I walked away from Fallout, because I've been watched a couple Amazon shows, and they're just not like Netflix and it's just not this. It's not this roller coaster of this is what it's supposed to be. Yeah, I like this is hell yeah. When season 2, I know we don't get it like season used to, regular TV season in May or June. We know in September the next season happening, right? Like we don't know. I don't know when Three Body gonna have a season when I know it's gonna be one, but I don't know when. Right?
Maybe 2 years from now.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I finished, but it's like, no, you watch those shows and it's like that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even like super hyped. It's like this is how it's supposed to be.
That's the case for binging, right? Like that's why bro, when are y'all gonna figure this out? Like when are y'all gonna figure this out? That Netflix know what they doing, man. like and Amazon did, because Amazon like, all of Fallout is dropped. And then you want to talk about a show that could have been week to week. When you look at the production quality and that, like when you look at how everything looks, you like, oh, y'all probably could have did this week to week. But I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad you was able to binge Fallout right away. That you wasn't sitting there and making me wait every week. And it was just like, but that was, man, Fallout, like I said, man, I played the games. I played Fallout 3, New Vegas, Fallout 4, more so the first 2 than that last one. And bro, they got everything right. That's like one of the best adaptations. Because the first thing, obviously I'm gonna compare it to Last of Us, like which one had the better adaptation. I think it's Fallout, man.
If you ask me, you didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you, and there's no shot at Last of Us. I did like Last of Us. Fallout was better.
Yeah,
it was more for me. So let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I can say someone.
I'm a fan of. I trust
me. What I was saying that Last of Us might have been better. It was per particular episode. It was episodic.
Yeah,
this third, but and it was per particular episodes that might have stuck. But just Fallout.
It was funny, upbeat. It was like dark comedy.
Yeah,
it was. The action was right there.
Last of Us was heavy as hell, wasn't it?
Last of Us was like.
Crying on Last of Us. No, Fallout was like it was Smurf, and then it's like it was the undertone. I'm telling you, bro, when they got to the little son, her brother, I was like, man, this is incredible.
You said, because you said you was like that's what you was looking for, like more looking for.
That's just my wheelhouse.
That makes sense. No, that's
You got me once that kind of stuff happened.
Bro, I didn't even know I needed that. I was like, damn. Because when I saw, man, I was kind of annoyed when I saw the brother, like, man, come on, bro, get back to the story, Yeah. But then I saw what he started like, he was curious.
He was like,
he was like,
he was bringing the trays and stuff.
And he was like, hold on. Something will add up here. Let me check the computer real quick.
And when they revealed,
let me look at the records real quick, and then he saw that everybody came from that vault, and he like, wait a minute. And then it really got me where, because you automatically think like, oh damn, the Raiders got in there and did that to that vault.
Yeah,
it's like, nah. Raider told him like, nah, that wasn't us.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on in there. We just came down there and raided it, but it was already messed up. It was like, oh shit, like because I thought about that, like, man, Raiders don't do that, man. They get in and get out. Pause. Like they go in there, destroy everything, steal everything, and then they out of there. The vault was like devastated.
Yeah, 100%.
The other vault, I forgot the exact numbers.
33.
Yeah,
was it 33? It might not have been, but yeah, it was one of those ones.
Yeah, so that was intriguing, man. And yeah, once the brother started, that pulled me in, man. I'm like, damn, man, I didn't even know. Okay, I didn't know that was gonna continue to grow like that. I just thought that was gonna be like one little, what I mean. I thought everything that was still going on in the vault was gonna be just like, that's the comic relief. It's gonna be these little quirky scenes where they down there doing stuff and
dude, the new baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? And she turns out to be one of the ones. Like she had been around, like the lady who had the baby. Like she was part of the early. Yeah, she was one of the. I guess she came from one of the pods. Yeah, so like it was a bunch of them that was there that was like. We had to look at it again, but she was one of the ones.
Oh, bro, you don't watch it.
Yeah, the blonde was one of the ones.
Patch?
Patch was one of the ones.
She was the Patch. Hold on. The Patch was one of the ones from the original time?
Yeah, Patch was from the original time.
She did say, like, they was like, what is different about the vault? And she was like, the mashed potatoes were better or something like that. Like
Patch was one of the ones.
She was one of the ones.
Yeah, Patch was one of the ones.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll put a disclaimer here about what I remember saying at the end, like, oh, she was, because it was like a few of them. That was one of the ones. I don't know how, I can't remember if it was like she was in the meeting. We go like when they had like a little montage part, but like when he was, I don't know if we can look at the, like I knew about the name, but I feel like I seen her as being one of the ones. I'm gonna see if I can fact check myself.
Damn.
But she was one of the ones. But yeah, it was like a few of them too. Like
all them pods was open. Like a lot of them was open. I think it might have been some of them that wasn't, but yeah, he had his whole staff up in there. They had, wow.
That shit was good, man.
Yeah, I watched it like twice, man. I don't really do that. Like, I don't like once I binge something, it'd be a while before I go back to it. But I actually watched it twice. Oh, girl with the patch, man.
Yeah, she was patch. She was choosing too.
She chose up like, damn. Pulled him up in there, like, all right, he got the baby, like, he had the baby, and man, you had the ghoul up in there.
Yeah, man. So I still got questions when we left. One of my things is like, light skin, the one
goofball. Yeah,
no, not him, my bad. The female, the one who put ghoul on, like, hey, man. We're the one who was she was from the past too. And
Moldavir.
Like, how was she still of age?
I thought she was in the pod too. Nah, she wasn't in the pod. She must have got a pod somehow though.
She must have got a pod, didn't she?
Yeah, she had to get a pod because she was almost the same. Like she must have got because she knew about that stuff. She knew about the blue fusion.
Yep.
Like she had knowledge of that stuff, so she must have got a pod. Like she must have snuck in one of the vaults. Made her way in there somehow.
Yeah, she might have been. Who knows? She might have been playing both sides, right? Like so for like a survival tactic.
She had some. It's still some flashbacks they're gonna show, man. Because she has some skills. You know what I mean? Like she had a lot of knowledge and stuff, man. She knew what was going on. Like she was outside, so
especially to find herself being cool with wifey.
Yeah, she knew something, bro. Like wifey got her up in there, wifey probably got her like a pod somehow. But the way that the what's the demon? What's the ghoul name? The main ghoul.
What was his name?
Shit, it's been a minute. But the way he was talking, like, man, my family's still alive. Where's my family?
Where's my family?
He didn't say what happened to my family. He said, "Where's my family?" So, man, his daughter probably still out there. Wife probably still out there. They probably be in Vegas. Yeah, Walter Goggins. That's the actor. Yeah,
that's the actor. So that ain't a story name.
Walter Goggins is the actor.
He's just a ghoul, but he was Coop. What was he? Cooper Howard.
Was it Coop?
Yeah, Cooper Howard.
Yeah, so Coop was he was like, where my family at? And what, man, they did her mom's dirty, man. They did old girl mom's dirty, bro. Oh. She was like a feral ghoul. She was like super ghouled out. Man.
She was so ghouled, man.
Oh man.
Yo, she was so ghouled. I figured that one out early though. Like you could they just pan to her, like it was like a couple episodes early, like, oh, that's mom's.
That's mom's, yeah.
That's mom's.
They got her.
Damn. I'm trying to check myself. My bad.
Oh man, you good?
I felt like I dropped a bomb. It was like, make sure you're right.
No, I missed that one.
I felt like they did them. It was either montage part or something where it was like, oh no, she
Yeah, I ain't doubting. I'm just like I
said it too clean. So let me make sure. It was cool.
She did say that. She did have that line where they was like, what was different about the Vault 33, whatever. She was like, it was the mashed potatoes were different. So that did raise an eyebrow, but I never went back to it. But I was like, yeah, that's kind of weird how she answered that. It's like she programmed to answer it that way or something.
Damn, that shit was good. It was like one of those things, but it was just like, I don't know, like it's one of those things. Like, was it good because I didn't expect it to be good, and like that kind of deal. Like I wasn't really like looking for it, but I just think it was dope because it was.
No, I think it was dope, man.
I think just because that's how TV's supposed to be. Like,
yeah, that's how.
Like,
that's
if you're going to take these, if you're going to take things like this, you put in the effort, right?
Yeah,
like you put in the effort, especially if
it had Christopher Nolan's brother, Jonathan Nolan.
For real?
Yeah, he right there with his brother. His brother do movies, he do TV. He did Westworld.
Okay, yeah. They said that it was like the makers of the Westworld or some writers.
He that guy.
Part of this.
Yeah, he bro. That's his bro. They both talented as hell, man. His brother just do big epic movies. He do television show mainly for like cable companies, like, and now streaming services. But he did Westworld. I think after he like stopped being involved, Westworld kind of flew off the rails.
Yeah.
But the first season is like regarded as like one of the best seasons of television.
Yeah.
I say all that to say, yeah, you're right. Like, this is how TV's supposed to be, man. This is how something is well developed and then executed. It didn't matter so much that it was Fallout, because there's nothing wrong with Fallout.
Yeah.
You could fuck this up easily.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of ways you can mess this up.
Yeah,
but he like, nah, I'm Nolan, bro. I know how to write a TV show. Just give me Fallout, the IP, and I'm gonna build a show under it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna build a show at the core of it. That's what he did. He took the universe and he made a show out of it. He could do it with anything, but yeah, it really, I mean, it didn't hurt that it was Fallout. Because I thought about that too. Like, man, did I have low expectations? No, I really didn't, But I liked it, man. Old boy was kind of just goofy to me though, man.
Homeboy
Maximus, man.
All the way.
He from down here too. Like, he from here, like this, from Fort Worth.
Okay.
Or some part of Texas. But nah, ain't nothing wrong with his performance. I mean, the character was just kind of like
he was wild goofy.
He was wild goofy, man. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, but it was kind of funny though how once he took over the armor, how he was talking to, they sent the new squire down there. Clean this.
Yeah, he did play homeboy like that.
Yeah.
Dude was good too.
Yeah,
the Squire dude.
Yeah, the Squire was good, man.
It was something else. I keep always forget he was something else he was in that I've seen before.
I've seen him before. He was in a movie.
I've seen him mad time, but he was in something that I seen.
Yeah. Nah, he did a good job. But yeah, we probably can.
Yeah, we got to get out of here. Yeah, that's because her name was that's what it was. What was her name in the show? Because I think they did the how did I think I saw that? Because I think they did this when he went into the the little room, and I'm locked into this now. I'm gonna do it.
No.
But when they went to the part where he was like looking at the where he can see all the names.
Okay.
And let me see what was her name in the show. Steph Betty was one because her name came across. Let me go back to what I was looking at. But yeah, he was it was several of those people that had pods. And now I just need to confirm what I said because the sister that was in there, who became Betty. Betty had a pod. Her name came one.
Yeah, Betty was the secretary. Who introduced
they had it as She was actually in one of the flashbacks.
Yeah, she was the secretary. She was the one that was like, Hank really wants to meet you.
Oh, damn.
She was the black secretary that introduced Walter Goggins, Coop character.
Mm-hmm.
They introduced him. It was like, yeah, he wants to. Here he is now. He came in. She was the one. She was Betty. She's the secretary. I'm trying to look up old girl. Yeah, old girl name was Annabelle, right? Patch on her eye.
No, I think her name was it Anna Alex?
No, my bad. That's her real name. Sorry,
Alexandra.
No, her name was Stephanie, right? Steph Harper.
Yeah.
Then they went to the other vault where it was like all that. It was a bunch of wild stuff going on.
Man, it was some wild stuff in that one vault, man.
Oh, girl talking to him like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Just listen, man. They couldn't figure it out. But Maximus, he in there chilling, like eating popcorn.
Man, he doing things he never had a chance to do. Man, there was some wild stuff going on in there, man. Then they got naked and everything. Was like, boy.
Looking around like, man.
People had like 3 eyes and all kind of. One dude had the one eye in the middle.
Yeah, man. I thought old girl was this one actress for the longest, man. I had to look like, hold on, man. The old girl who played that we talking about that played Steph. I thought she was old girl from old girl that was in American Horror Story. Sarah Paulson, I think her name is. Sarah Paulson. That's what I thought that was. It wasn't, but I was like, damn, look just like her.
Damn, I might have to watch this again. I might have to retract that from the record. But I felt like she was one of the ones.
She did out that line though. She did out that line.
She was around early. Yeah. Her, Hank, was a couple of them that was part of management or whatever they were calling it. And had a pod. Check her out. Damn, Cold Fusion. Damn, that shit was good, man. You like skim through it and you like, oh no, this was lit. This was lit.
Yeah, it was dope, bro. It was dope. Because that's what you want, right? Like that's what I always look for in adaptations, especially video game adaptations that take place in a large universe. You don't so much look for like, all right, y'all just gonna do Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas the movie or Fallout New Vegas the show. Nah, they made a separate storyline in the universe and it's all canon. This happened. Like this lines up with the games. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
When you got your own, it's one thing is like I think they said Halo made up an entire timeline just because they didn't want to mess with the games. So that timeline is separate from the games. It's called like the silver timeline or something like that. Fallout was like, nah, this happened in the games. So this lines up with the games. It's in the universe. It's in the Fallout, the Wasteland, and all that stuff. Like it's that's dope to me. Like that's hard to do, man. Like because you would have to like tiptoe around and be like, oh damn, I don't want to mess with these events, and I don't want to do this. And they actually made a show that fits into the lore. So that was dope.
What if some of these other shows, with that term, they walk so Fallout can run? They walk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, walk so Three Body Problem could run, like in terms of like.
That's what I'm starting to think.